Welcome, my friend. Sit with me and let your shoulders drop. Before we begin, ask yourself, how loud is your mind today? How many worries talk at once, like birds fighting for crumbs? How many old words still echo, even though the moment is gone? Some thoughts feel like stones in your pockets, and they drag you down. Some thoughts feel like tight wire around your chest, and they steal your breath. Tonight's story holds one gentle lesson. Empty your mind. A home needs space to be warm, and a mind needs space to find peace. In a forest of tall trees lived a crow named Kalu. Kalu was quick and clever, but fear hid under his feathers. Kalu feared losing, feared looking weak, feared being hurt again. So Kalu told himself, I will build the safest nest in this forest. Twigs were not enough for Kalu. He wanted weight. He wanted shine. Kalu flew over roads and yards, hunting for anything that flashed. When Kalu found a coin, he lifted it and carried it back without a word. When Kalu found broken glass, he pressed it close and flew on. When Kalu found a long wire, he wove it tightly through the outer shell of the nest, wrapping layer after layer until the nest became a hard, rigid cage of its own, unable to give or bend, and said, "Nothing can move me." Day by day, the nest grew crowded, hard, and heavy. Coins clinked in the middle like tiny bells of pride. Glass caught the sun, bright and sharp, like pride on display. Wire wrapped it all tight, like worry around a heart. Kalu stepped back and smiled at his work. When birds passed below, Kalu puffed out his chest. Kalu bragged and said, "My nest is safe." Kalu added, "My nest is strong. No storm can touch me." Not far away lived a parrot named Mira, calm and watchful. Mira had seen many seasons, watched clouds gather before storms, and she trusted change more than pride. Mira landed near Kalu's tree and looked up at the shining nest. Mira asked, "Kalu, why fill your nest with hard things?" Kalu answered, "Because I do not want to lose." Mira said, "Sometimes what you carry becomes what breaks you." Kalu scoffed and said, "Mira speaks in puzzles." Mira replied, "The clouds over this ridge always carry rain, Kalu, and a nest that cannot bend will not survive what is coming." That night, the forest went still, like it was holding its breath. Clouds gathered low, dark and heavy, pressing the air flat. A cold hush spread through the leaves, and even insects went quiet. Then the storm arrived, sudden and loud. Rain struck the leaves like thrown stones. Wind shoved the trees, then yanked them back again. Branches bent and groaned, like tired bones under a hard load. Kalu pressed himself into his nest, listening to coins and glass rattle. Kalu whispered, "This nest is heavy. It will not move." But the tree swayed, and the nest, hardened into a rigid shell by layers of wire, could not flex or give with the moving branch. The nest fought the wind, unable to bend, unable to give. Twigs snapped under the weight. Wire tore into the weave, biting through the soft parts. Glass cracked and scraped, cold against wet feathers. Kalu felt the nest shudder, as if it was tired of being so full. With one rough crack, the nest broke apart. Coins spilled into the dark, swallowed by rain. Glass fell and shattered again, bright pain flashing in the mud. Wire whipped free and vanished below like a striking snake. Kalu leapt toward the fork between two thick branches as the nest gave way, gripping the bark with everything he had, soaked and shaking, but alive. He held on through the night while the world roared around him. At last, the sky emptied itself and the storm walked away. When morning came, the forest was quiet. Not cozy quiet, wide quiet, like a room after everyone leaves. Kalu climbed down, slow, as if his feet were heavy too. On the ground lay his treasures, dull and small in the mud. A coin half buried. He picked it up, turned it over, and it meant nothing. A glass piece turned cloudy, a wire twisted around a root. Kalu set the coin back down in the mud and whispered, "I have nothing." Mira landed beside him and spoke softly. Mira said, "You have your life. You have your wings. You are still here." Kalu said nothing for. Mira said, "Your mind is like your nest. If it is too full, it cannot bend." Mira said, "Life is wind. It moves, it changes. A full mind fights and breaks." Kalu asked, "So what do I do now?" Mira replied, "Choose what you carry. Keep what helps you live." Mira added, "Let go of what only makes you hard." Kalu turned from the mud, stepped over the wire without picking it up, and gathered light twigs. He chose dry grass, soft and simple. Kalu said, "I will build a home, not a prison." Mira said, "That is wisdom." For many quiet minutes, Kalu sat still. Then, slowly, he built a new nest. Nothing heavy, nothing sharp, nothing that needed to prove itself. Plain, but gentle. It held him without cutting him, and it let him breathe. When the next wind came, the nest moved with the tree instead of fighting, and this time, it stayed. My friend, our grudges are stones we keep rubbing in our hands. Our worries are wires we wrap around our hearts, tighter each day. And pride can be glass we carry close, shiny and sharp, until it cuts us. You do not have to erase your past, but you can stop carrying it like a burden. Make room in your mind for breath, for sleep, for peace. Tonight, ask, what am I holding that is too heavy? And open your hand. Those birds that fought for crumbs in your mind, you do not have to feed them every thought. Your mind does not have to be loud tonight. Empty it, and you will be free.